So today's announcement is really a double celebration. It is the formal opening of the Smithsonian Spark Lab, which is located right here on the second floor. And as a Smithsonian affiliate, the Springfield Museums jumped on the opportunity to open this innovative STEM learning space in the Science Museum. And we actually started having discussions with representatives from the Smithsonian after we first became a Smithsonian affiliate in 2016. So thanks to the support of many individual donors, corporations, and foundations, the Springfield Museums were able to raise the necessary funds to make Spark Lab a reality at the Quadrangle. In addition to becoming an affiliate in 2016, the museums entered into a unique 3-year partnership with the Smithsonian that provided us with access to the vast collections of the Smithsonian museums for our exhibitions. It also enabled us to draw upon Smithsonian experts for our programs and educational activities, as well as to utilize a wealth of educational resources in our interpretation. The Springfield Museums embraced the partnership as an unprecedented opportunity to collaborate with our nation's premier cultural institution to elevate the museums to a higher standard of excellence. So this brings me to the second part of today's dual celebration. Today, we are very excited to announce that the Springfield Museums are entering into another 3-year partnership with the Smithsonian Institution. This partnership has been made possible through the generous support of the MassMutual Foundation. So now I really would like to stop and give them a round of applause for this extraordinary contribution. The goals of this next phase of the partnership will focus on a deeper level of community engagement, diversity, and gender equality. By funding this remarkable collaboration, MassMutual is demonstrating yet again that they are an exemplary corporate neighbor and a very generous supporter of the cultural community. So now it is my very great privilege and honor to introduce our first speaker, Sharif Balagan, who is the official representative from MassMutual. Sharif serves as Chief of Staff for MassMutual's Technology and Experience organization, where he is responsible for ensuring strategic alignment, leading long-term strategic technology initiatives, and advising the Chief Information Officer. Sharif is a graduate of Springfield College, has an MS in economics from DePaul University, and a JD from the University of Connecticut Law School. Prior to joining MassMutual in 2015, Sharif served as a data analyst for Springfield Public Schools before taking on roles in data science consulting, business intelligence, and leadership and analytics at MassMutual. Additionally, Sharif is a member of the MassMutual Foundation's Board of Directors. Again, it's an honor to have him with us. Please join me in welcoming him to the Springfield Museum.
Thank you, Kay, and thank you for all of you here and to the distinguished group of speakers behind me. Very excited to be here on behalf of MassMutual, on behalf of our CEO and member of the Board of Trustees here at the museum, Roger Crandall, and on behalf of the MassMutual Foundation Board. This is a very exciting day, and we are excited to celebrate with you all. I've been on the MassMutual Foundation Board for a little while now, and once I learned that we had a partnership with the Springfield Museum, I got really, really happy. So I'm a Springfield kid at heart. Grew up here, lived here for 15 years. I'm a product of its public school system. I'm a product of its after-school programs, and I'm a product of the museums. I spent many weekends here learning and experiencing new things, and it's great that we are able to forge this partnership and continue this partnership for the years to come. I think if you look at what we've been able to do in the last few years with the Springfield Museum and also partnering with the Smithsonian, we've brought a lot of great experiences to the city and to the community at large. Special education programs, art exhibits, musical performances, a really diverse and rich set of experiences for the city and one that it deserves. As we turn the dial on a new year, and I don't know about anyone else, but it seems like it's going really fast. I'm already behind on all of my New Year's resolutions. I don't know that happened, so I got some work to do. But as we turn the clock on the new year, I think there really isn't a better way to solidify this partnership than through this commitment to Spark Lab. We live in a technology-driven and a STEM-driven world at MassMutual. By the day, we are becoming more and more of a technology company. And so really, Springfield Museums and the Smithsonian and MassMutual, we are on a journey together to ensure that as we head into this new decade and for years to come, that we can continue to provide the experiences that this city is worthy of and that its youth and its families and the community have come to expect. And so Spark Labs is a great representation of that. It's a great representation of MassMutual's continued commitment to the city, its love for the city, commitment to its long-term vitality and economic development. And Spark Labs is really a great indication of what things will look like as we head into 2020 and beyond. We're again in a tech-driven world, and this is a great way to ensure relevance and influence and help maintain the Springfield Museum as a long-term pillar of the city. And so with that, on behalf of MassMutual and on behalf of the MassMutual Foundation, we are thrilled, truly thrilled, to bring the Spark Labs to the great city of Springfield. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharif. Well, we are so pleased that Tricia Edwards is with us this morning to serve as the official representative of the Smithsonian Institution. Tricia Edwards is the Deputy Director for Smithsonian Affiliations. She oversees the Affiliations Program and works to bring Smithsonian resources to more than 200 affiliate organizations across the United States, Puerto Rico, and Panama. Prior to joining Affiliations, Edwards spent 12 years as the head of education for Smithsonian's Lemelson Center for the Study of Invention and Innovation at the National Museum of American History. She developed the conceptual framework and led evaluation efforts for the center's educational programs and activities, including the Spark Lab. She was also responsible for broadening Spark Lab's impact beyond Washington, D.C., and oversaw installations of Spark Labs in cities across the U.S. and abroad. Before coming to the Smithsonian, Tricia had extensive experience working in education departments in a number of museums and also worked as a classroom teacher. We are so honored she's with us today. Please join me in welcoming Tricia Edwards.
Thank you, Kay. So I'm excited to be here. This is my first time back at the museum since the gala here in 2018. So it's exciting to be here to be celebrating the next chapter of our partnerships with the Springfield Museums and with MassMutual. The first 3 years of our partnership were fantastic. They were really about laying the groundwork. We were getting to know the museums and MassMutual and the Springfield community, and they were getting to know us and the broader Smithsonian and the resources that we could bring. So in the next 3 years, we're looking forward to deepening our engagement with the museums and MassMutual, and maybe most importantly with the local community. We are excited to be using the lens of innovation that you see reflected in Spark Lab, combined with the resources here at the museums and at the Smithsonian to explore the past, present, and future of Springfield, and to engage the citizens here in a dialogue about creativity and innovation, and explore how each of us can contribute to the vibrancy of the community. Over the next 3 years, we look forward to developing programs and activities both here at the museums, but also sites across the community, which is something new that we're going to be experimenting with. We're, of course, still developing our programming strategy, and it will continue to evolve as we learn more about the needs of the museums and the community. But we have a few things already in the works that I'm excited to share with you today. Of course, Spark Lab. I'm so glad that we could be here so we could have it as this backdrop. As this is near and dear to my heart, as Kay mentioned, I kind of started with Spark Lab before I moved to affiliations and was part of the early conversations with the museum. So I'm so excited to see that it has come to fruition and being able to kind of see it from the affiliation side. This is a place where kids get to be inventive and develop their own solutions to challenges. There's no instructions. It's really all about kids and their own ideas. Spark Lab will be part of a really exciting program that MassMutual is helping to make possible. Every first grader at Springfield Public Schools will be coming to the museums, and they'll be visiting Spark Lab as well as the Dr. Seuss Museum and thinking about invention and innovation and creativity very broadly, and being able to see themselves as inventive thinkers and doers. And then we're excited also to be bringing the Outwin 2019 American Portraiture Today, which is an exhibition from the National Portrait Gallery featuring innovative work by about 50 finalists of the Portrait Gallery's latest portrait competition. The exhibition is now on display at the Smithsonian, but Springfield is going to be the first site on the traveling tour. So that's really exciting. So I think you can see there's a range of different ways that we're going to be looking at invention and innovation and hoping to broaden people's ideas about what it means to be in an inventive space, an inventive community, and how they can contribute to innovation and the future of Springfield. We're also hoping to work more closely with Springfield Public Schools in addition to the first grade field trip to develop professional development opportunities that meet the needs and interests of teachers and their communities. And as I mentioned earlier, taking programs beyond the walls of the museums to libraries, community centers, events across the city. We're really excited to be introducing the Smithsonian and the museums to families who might not already be coming here. So the MassMutual Foundation and Springfield Museums have both been wonderful partners to us over the last 3 years, and we are excited and look forward to continuing to grow together to serve Springfield citizens, and through dynamic, innovative, and relevant programming, help to build the social, intellectual, and cultural capital in the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tricia. Well, our next speaker is well known to many of us. Mayor Dominic Sarno first was elected in 2007, and since that time, he has led the city through a great revitalization and economic resurgence. He was recently re-elected as mayor, and now he is the longest serving mayor in Springfield. Please welcome Dominic Sarno.
Thank you. I think Kay indicates they might stuff me and put me up here in the museum. To Sharif from the MassMutual Foundation, Pat Carnevale from Governor Baker's office. I just spoke with the governor. Governor's been a great friend here. Dennis Duquette also. Dennis, we're glad that you came back home, and MassMutual's always been a wonderful corporate citizen. To Kay, to Miss Edwards, two things here. One, when you think of gold standard, there you are right there. You think of Smithsonian, and you think of MassMutual, and now you think of the Springfield Museums. Two, and Miss Edwards alluded to it, I remember as a kid at White Street School here in Springfield, third grade, and my mom didn't drive, and my father had the barber shop and had to work. We had field trips that came down to the museums. It was a big deal, whether it's a planetarium or anywhere in the museums, and we look forward to that. And we carried on those traditions when my daughters were younger, coming here. Now we carry on those traditions with my younger cousins. And appropriately named Spark for STEM, because I remember as a kid being down here, the creativity, the imagination, that you can and will be able to succeed. And I think with STEM education, it's extremely important as far as being an urban mayor. He or she in America will always tell you the three things that knock down the vicious cycle of poverty and public safety issues. One is family. I'm familiar with, sometimes it's tough to get involved in. 1A is education, and 1B is jobs, put our people to work. What is the key to it? Workforce development? STEM. Anything you do now, whether with your hands, you need to have science and math. So if you make it fun, most kids are going to love it, and while they're having fun, they're learning. So this collaboration, again, with the gold standard of the Smithsonian, MassMutual, and now our Springfield Museums with our Springfield Public School Systems, is just going to bring fantastic results here to the city of Springfield. So to everybody involved, I really I commend you, and thank you for your continued belief and investment in the city, and more importantly, in our children. We are a good city of all creed, colors, and background. We'll continue to conquer our challenges, but I'm going to be damn sure to highlight all the good that goes on in the city of Springfield. And today, this is one of the best meetings of my day, so thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for your support. You are a great friend to the Springfield Museums. Also a friend to the Springfield Museums is our next speaker, Patrick Carnevale from the Governor's Office. Please welcome him.
Good morning, and thank you on behalf of Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito. We appreciate you inviting us here today, but I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about the invite. So last week, I get a call from Senator Lees, Thursday, something like that, and he said, what are you doing Friday? Meaning today. And I said, oh, Senator, I have a really packed schedule. I said, I have to be in Adams, Greylock Glen Development, and meeting with some senators and reps. He says, well, what time does that start? And I said, 12 o'clock. And he said, oh, good. Can you be in Springfield for 11? And I said, well, Senator, and I've known him a long time. So I said, Senator, with all due respect, sir, how would that work? I know I worked in the Salucci Swift administration, but I can't take a helicopter. So I don't know what he thought, but of course, when Brian calls, you do what Brian says. So, but all kidding aside, that is a true story, by the way. That's not made up. I do want to thank MassMutual, and I definitely want to thank the Smithsonian. This is wonderful. This is just a building of the STEM program that the government has started. This is a wonderful private partnership. That's the way to make things successful. It can't all just be public, and it can't all be private. When we work together, this is what you get. And again, I'd be remiss, as I spoke with some of the board and trustee members, thank you so much for serving. I mean, people don't get what that's about, but thank you for your dedication. None of this would be possible with everybody. It has to be a whole group of people to make things successful. This will be wonderful, as the mayor said, for the youth, and not just in Springfield, but I truly believe it impacts all of Western Massachusetts. Our kids need this. It's a wonderful way to go about things. It gives them the opportunity to come here and be creative and be inventive. And we don't care who it is. It's just they're here and they're going to enjoy it. And so on behalf of the governor and lieutenant governor, I thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.